Being environmentally friendly isn't always the safest for food chains. Public health is a primary concern of a sustainable food system, and Chipotle's history with health issues raises justified concerns among consumers. In 2013, Chipotle became the first national restaurant chain to disclose the presence of GMOs in their food. In the U.S., 93% of corn grown in 2014 was genetically modified. 76% of that corn that is both herbicide resistant and pesticide producing, which was used in the corn and flour tortillas Chipotle used. By 2015, they succeeded in their mission to switch to serving food made only with non-GMO ingredients and switch genetically modified goods with non-GMO versions.
They have pride in using raw ingredients by sourcing from farms rather than factories, which gives their food that much more of an authentic flavor. They have given their food extreme thought by trying to source non-genetically modified produce. Chipotle has been doing their part to help the environment and the planet. By not using genetically modified food, they are supporting nutrient-rich soil, which then reduces the need for pesticides and fertilizers. Support local businesses, which reduces the emissions that is created by transportation. And raising animals ethically, which eliminates the need for antibiotics.
However, relying on non-genetically modified food has its downside, making them more vulnerable to disease. In Seattle, July 2015, 5 people got sick with E. coli after eating Chipotle. Then another outbreak that made headlines occurred where 81 people in Minnesota got sick with salmonella from the tomatoes, causing Chipotle to change their supplier. 141 students got sick of norovirus at Boston College, which also included their entire basketball team, making a total of 500 people sick by the second half of 2015.
Now, Chipotle is making its way onto the George Mason campus. We talked with Mark Fournier, Vice President of Business Services and Real Estate here at Mason, and he told us a bit about the process of getting Chipotle on campus. The JC Chipotle is a lease, not necessarily a new branch of the franchise. This is the same way that Panera operates. The biggest motivation for bringing Chipotle to Mason was demand. Chipotle was at the top of the wish list for staff, faculty, and students when asked what restaurants they'd like to see on campus. Fournier said that the JC Chipotle is expected to perform as well as Panera, which brings in over $3 million in annual revenue, adding that any possible disease outbreaks did not affect their decision. Due to the nature of the lease, Mason assumes very little risk if anything happens. As for students, there doesn't seem to be much concern. When asked if he was at all concerned, Senior Christian Larson said, "I'm not really that worried. I think Chipotle can solve any issues that come up."
Overall, Chipotle has gone through numerous hazards and has handled them responsibly. Chipotle now prepares their produce in the central kitchen in order for it to be tested.
They continue to equip their fresh ingredients in the restaurant, but before serving it to the public, they blanch it in boiling water to get rid of harmful microbes.
Chipotle's commitment to the environment has made them vulnerable to criticism. However, the long-term benefits of eating fresh food outweigh the negatives for both human health and the planet.
As they continue to improve their habits with these effective practices, they differentiate themselves from other chain restaurants.